So right, I'll get straight into it with the first question, which is what's kind of the idea with this film? Why Bill? Why William Shakespeare?
Why Shakespeare? I think Ben and Larry wanted to show the world a different type of Shakespeare. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. And also, we don't know, there's 7 years that aren't accounted for in his life, and we've sort of been able to, or they have been able to make up what they want about those 7 years, and that's kind of the fun of it, that everything else is fact, and we know about Shakespeare, but there's those sort of lost 7 years that they've been able to really use.
Yeah. This is the bit that nobody knows about.
So we can say whatever we like
So just
about
make
it.
some
Yeah,
stuff
no
up.
one can say anything against
Exactly.
that. Obviously, you've done Horrible Histories, huge success, and there's Bill now. Are you history buffs, or has it just sort of happened that way?
I don't think any of us are history buffs, really. I think there's a genuine interest in history. Certainly, maybe more so now that we've finished Horrible Histories.
Yeah.
We did learn along the way. There was a lot of kind of moments where we'd sit around and read the scripts for Horrible Histories and kind of read the sketches and at the end go, did that actually happen? Is that true?
Yeah.
And of course it's true because it wouldn't be there. But
there's a lot of fun to be had in historical characters and kings and queens and all sorts of. Yeah, I think there's a lot of comedy in it, and that kind of lends itself to, history. Definitely, yeah.
Without spoilers, what are your favourite moments from the film? Do you have any standouts that you really enjoyed?
I like the bit where there's a scene where Simon's character, the Earl of Croydon, is drunk, and Simon plays a very, very good drunk. And
Lots of experience.
I've no experience of it at all.
You see? And yeah, so
not
that's
drunk now.
my favourite bit, I think, because you were kind of pushing it, and I like it when you when you play around and mess about.
There's a gang of idiots in King Philip's sort of army, and they're all the idiots. And I mean, there's some very amusing moments within there, but yeah,
There's so many moments.
there are. It's a good film.
It is. I've watched it. It was lovely.
Thank you.
Martha's your dead bodies collector is.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that's
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you only have a very short space and you get huge laughs from it, which is an amazing skill.
Well, thank you so
And I
much.
really admire you for
Thank
it.
you very much.
And you look great.
Thank you so
You
much.
did
it as
great,
well.
yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
boys. Thank you.
Obviously, you multi-role and play lots of different roles.
Yeah.
You spend the majority of your time as Anne Hathaway, but get things in like that role.
Yeah.
Do you have favourites or ones you go to, we're going to write this sort of character? Can I play it? Do you have those kind of specifics?
We do fall into categories, I think it's fair to say. We try to avoid it, actually, and try to kind of counter any sort of typecasting that we've kind of, I suppose, brought upon ourselves. Simon and I usually play kind of crazy characters.
We get those, don't we?
Whereas, and Ben would play sort of stiff, upper lip kind of characters, and
like handsome
and Ben
characters.
would play Matt. Sort of lends himself to romantic leads and handsome sort of parts. But saying that, I think when you look at Matt playing Burley, the Queen's sort of Batman, I think that it's clear that we're sort of we can play all of the roles really.
Ben plays a grubby man, not
Ben
just
plays a
handsome.
grubby
That's
man.
true, yeah. A handsome, grubby man.
Handsome grubby man, yeah.
You all wrote for Yonderland, and this film is just Ben and Larry. How do you decide that? Who's going to write?
Well, they went. It was a side project for them.
Yeah, they've always wanted to write a film,
yeah.
so they did that. And
It was during, I think, the third series of Horrible Histories. They said to us, "Oh, we're writing a film, and we're going to try and make it work," and that was it. And then we all gathered together in a pub in Deptford, and read the first draft. Yeah, that was it really.
Yeah, we don't really mind who writes the stuff.
as long as it's funny.
Yeah, and we have a sort of style that sort of seems to. There's a sort of thread of humour that we all get and like. So, yeah, doesn't really matter who writes it as long as we get to
We're
dress
in
up
it.
and do. As long as we're in it.
We're in it.
Okay, my last question just quickly was Damien Lewis and Helen McCrory join you in the film. How were they to work with? Did they sort of get stuck in right away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Helen was great. I spent a lot
Yeah.
of time with her because I was one of her ladies in waiting. But yeah, we were saying earlier, so Helen was actually nervous on the day.
Yeah, we were like,
it's
why
just- yeah,
are you
what's
nervous
wrong?
working with us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
she was
great.
incredibly
Yeah.
game. I mean, she
Yeah,
doesn't
she-
look her best in the film,
No.
and I'm sure the costume was particularly heavy and uncomfortable. So she was really game, and so was Damien. Actually, Damien came, and I think we only filmed with Damien for one day. He only had time in his schedule to offer us a day's filming, but so which would have made it harder for him to do all of that in one day, and he was. They were great.
Their kids are big fans of Horrible History, so they just sort of threw themselves into it, and you sort of
We
got
need
into
to
the
thank
spirit
their
of
kids,
it.
actually, don't
We need to thank
really?
the
Yeah.
kids, not
For getting them
them.
in.
Yeah,